Okay, so today we'll have some updates from the Biobío team. Germán and Diego are here, so they are going to talk about some summit updates and about the workshops. The workshops happening on day one, and they are going to be like in different locations with different topics, themes, but they are going to talk about that. But before jumping into that, I want to remind everyone about the hotels for Concepción. So a couple of months ago, I sent an email with the hotel blogs information and a form, like a Google form to register your group. So maybe it was a bit confusing because you have to contact the hotel directly to do the reservation. So it's not just filling the form. So you have to fill the form because that's for us to know how many people from each lab is coming. But also in parallel, you have to talk with the hotels and make a reservation. I mean, I want to make that clear because I know that some people got a bit confused. So if you didn't do that, please do that soon because there are like few hotels in Concepción and we want everyone to be in the same one or like close to the venue and to everyone. Okay, and yeah, so now Herman, Diego, please
Yeah, take the floor.
go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, it's really important to check. We'll send in a letter soon, so check that letter. Please book your rooms in the hotels we are telling you to book, so you can walk to the Teatro Bio Bio and not to take Uber or taxi or whatever. So it's really, really important. So, as Maitane said, we had 3 super packed days of work, and more work. We'll be talking today about Tuesday with the workshops. We are organizing 5 workshops related to the 5 challenges we have been working with you guys. Some of the workshop will take place in Talcahuano, others in Concepción, and some folks will be traveling to Santa Juana, which is 45 minutes from Concepción. It's a rural area. It's wonderful, and people who go there will have an excellent time. I'm sure about that. I'll present you also the speakers. Ken Larson, of course, why not? Amy Allen and Christian from Pixar Animation Studios will help us to crack open our heads and start imagining and dreaming about cities the way they do. And Antonio Moreno is the kind of the CEO for this large telecom here in Chile, Entel Chile. They have the special division for digital services, so it will be great to listen to him as well. As you know, we have 5 challenges: formal settlements, mobility choices model, wine tourists, micro-credential, and goats. I'll do a quick recap of what are we doing, where we at, what are the next steps for each challenge, what are being the main difficulties, and we want to talk with you about how to structure the workshops. We'll not get the full structure methodology here in this meeting, but it will be great to have some input, some feedback about how to structure them, what question could be there, and all of that, kind of a global view for the workshop. So informal settlements, we're working with Sofia, so Sophie's connected, Ariel also with the teams in Hamburg, Israel, and we have kicked off collaboration with 2 key partners, INACAB and Techo. INACAB is a college, it's not a graduated research college, but it's more a technical. And they have a course where they send students to solve kind of problems and then learn from it. And they also have amazing equipment. So their students and their teachers will plan us dragonfly missions to capture RGB photos and build photogrammetric models of an informal settlement in Talcahuano. And Techo is our bridge to the community. They have volunteers working in informal settlements, just as Techo in Guadalajara or in Argentina or in Colombia, Ecuador, all of Latin is covered by Techo. Also in Brazil, they're very strong in Brazil. So they help us coordinate regular visits starting in August, and will be co-designing an instrument with us to gather thermal data relevant to their everyday challenges for the families living in the informal settlement. It's a great team, both in INACAP and Techo. We have met them both. It's great. They're super on board with the challenge. They're super excited to work with us, super excited to work with the network, and the happy up. Next steps, we're working on refining the research question. Sophie will help us do that alongside her team. Ariel is also in there. So we have to, this research question has to be kind of refined, yeah, especially around how thermal data and aerial imagery can support community-led spatial justice, resilience, or effective claims, just to get living conditions in the formal settlement improve. What about the workshop? We're aiming to get you to La Unión Dos community. It's in Talcahuano. It's a really vulnerable community, but Techo says it's really, how you say, united. It's a strong community in Talcahuano. It's a really strong community. They have neighbors participating in workshops, in informal, in decision making at a municipal level. So it's a really good community to work with. We'll be visiting them in August, and the goal is to start shaping the methodology together with you guys. What are that matter to the community? How can we make it visible? How thermal imagery or modeling can help to improve living conditions, etc., etc., etc. Next. You guys can interrupt me when you want. If you have a question, a commentary, a feedback, feel free to interrupt.
Germán, when I mean, I know that you are starting to work with the informal communities now in August, etc. And Techo has a lot of experience, and I think Corporación Ciudades as well. But so I don't know if how that is working. I mean, like, is the community engaged? And because I think that I mean, I am a little bit worried about the inclusiveness of, like LiDAR, drones flying, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the main point of the visits in August is to engage the community in the challenge. We'll do it step by step, right? But right now, Techo is going to the community and say, hey, we have this challenge. We are working with Science Lab Biobío. What is Science Lab Biobío? This is a city science laboratory from the MIT. What is MIT? It's the largest and brightest university in the world. So they're getting engaged. And it has to be one of our main worries was we're not going with this equipment and these questions all at once, right? So it's kind of it's a journey. They're getting engaged. Everyone's getting engaged, and the visits will start in August.
Perfect. Okay, cool.
Thank you. Mobility choices model. We are reviewing Gipuzko's repository for the model. Thanks, Inigo and Giuseppe. Exploratory programming is underway. To make this model a key part of this year's challenge for the lab, evaluating multiple decisions regarding infrastructure and transportation in the context of the new Plan Regulador Metropolitana Concepción, which is this big planning instrument for the greater area of Concepción. Diego has more of this here, but the next steps are adapting this MCN to work seamlessly with the PRMC modeling. And what we need is hands, minds, and hearts into this integration. Diego is kind of alone here. So if you want to plug into this, it will be great for him. Just for he paid OpenAI ChatGPT super plan, so he could use, take this, evaluate, integrate. But of course, as we learned from MIT Media Lab in the recent weeks, that's not the way to go. Our brains are shrinking, so if you want to plug into this, it will be super great. Diego, do you have anything else to add here?
Yeah, an important point here is where we using this in a real problem. As we presented a few months ago, we start working in the regulatory plan in the metropolitan area of Concepción. So the idea with this is to apply the model to get the behavior of new people that they are coming to these new areas of housing. So more than more than a, how do you say that, like a research project. This will be applied in a real problem to support decisions here in Concepcion. So it's pretty great if someone wants to jump in. It's totally welcome. The other part that we want to integrate more different sources. We have source from the private vehicles, from the GPS of the buses. We will get data from electric scooters here in Concepcion, the micromobility that is working right now. So we want to make a huge mix of different kind of modes. So it will be pretty great if we apply this to the regional plan. The other part about the workshop, as you can read there, the first part will be in San Pedro de la Paz. This is one of the most congested cities in Chile or Concepcion. But right now we want to expand this for the whole area of Concepcion because there is a lot of interaction between different communes. So it will be better to apply this to the whole area to understand how the people moves to downtown in Concepcion.
Yeah.
Next one.
No, wait. Just
Okay.
so, how are we thinking this workshop and workshops in general is not just to be us in the workshop. If you have an idea of, it will be great to have, I don't know, the transportation secretary for the region in this workshop to talk about him, with him about this model. We can make that happen. Or you say it will be great to have this person of this institution in the workshop, we can make it happen. So it's not just about work, all of us talking about the thing that we already knew, but integrating more people, more connections into the workshop. That will be great. We are also trying to get researchers, local researchers, academia, students, and community representatives into the workshop. So the goal is to collaboratively, I don't know, explore how MCM and similar technologies can improve mobility across the region. So it's kind of a open workshop for the city. Next.
This is one of the favorites. One of the favorites, the wine tourings. We are working right now with the ABM model that Taipei sent to us. We are right now collecting some data, processing all of that. So the idea will be apply this thanks to Roger and Roy that they are send us this code. So right now we are in the first step to arranging all of this data, collecting and also identifying what kind of data will we be missing to communicate to the people that they are working on this or they are where we are going to use it. How can we improve after this first step? And as it said in the next step, right now we have the minimal viable data sets to make this work. But the idea will be in the future keep putting new data, for example, the origin and destinations into the commune, the people, what places the people visit, how much time they are spent on that, and all of that. So the first step, it's right now on the way. And after that, we want to keep improving this. As I said, the first iteration will be with the minimal data, but then we want to evolve. The workshop right now will be in Santa Juana. Santa Juana, as Herman said, it's so close to here, like 45 minutes by car. It's a small town with a lot of nature close to the river, so it's pretty good to visit it. I don't know if you, Herman, want to add something? An important point here. We was in the news. We were in the news for this project in the newspaper 3 times last week. So it's a huge project here. There is a lot of people interested on see what the results are or how can we keep applying this in other places, or what we're building, or how we're building this. So it will be pretty great in the workshop to show all the results and also propose how we can apply this kind of methodology in other in other problems or other places. So I don't know, Herman.
Yeah. Yeah, we had some media appearances last week, and the people in the Provincia de Biobío is really interested in this challenge because it's mainly a forestry territory. There are big forestry companies operating there. So kind of getting a mixture of production, productivity, and economy is great for them. And as we have been talking with Taipei, uh, these vineyards have like 200 years, but really right now it's kind of we can take this to the next level in terms of tourism. We have met with some allies and chambers, commerce chambers, and people associated with the wine tourism, and they have been saying we don't have the data maybe to make this work, but of course, if we do, it's probably not useful. So we're there kind of seeing what data they have, what data we collect, how you can collect better data to make these kind of technologies happen or to work in your area, and not just with the wine, but I don't know, with other economies in the small cities. But that's it. That's wine tourism. We're moving forward slowly, but we're moving forward. Don't worry. This one is hanging in the balance. It's really complicated micro credentials. We have been talking for 2 months with the Universidad de Concepción, our key allies for the lab, and we're getting on board on this challenge. We're setting dates to go to start applying the micro credentials, but in the last minute, budget issues. Oh, surprise! Budget issues. We're now turning to Universidad Andrés Bello to explore the possibility of moving forward with the micro credentials with that university. I just want to say Myra team and the Universidad de Guadalajara team has been amazing on this. They are really been committed to this challenge, but sometimes you can go as far as you can. So we're kind of evaluating if UNAV can go with the challenge. It's great. It will be super tight on time terms, but if they cannot, sadly, we could not have this challenge applied to the city. But that's Diana's job. She's unstoppable. She's amazing. She's meeting with everyone, trying to save this challenge, and she's turning the pressure on us to say to get us to them say let's go. The workshop is to be determined depending on UNAP decision, but if they say no, we can still have a round table of how to improve how we connect with institutions, with allies outside the network, and so on.
I don't understand the issue with the budget. I mean, like I thought this was more just a university providing a little bit of education to, I mean, like some classes and then just providing a title or something like that. I mean,
UDEC and UDEC have a collaboration agreement dating from 1993. It wasn't still in place. The lawyers get involved, reviewing what we can do under the agreement, what we cannot do. But the team we were connecting in the Universidad de Concepción sadly say, because it's such a short period of time to get this thing done, I have to charge you a fee. That's it. It's not their fault. They have to collect. But us, the idea is we don't have to, or we cannot pay for this to get done, right? And it's not. It's a
and
couple of.
what about other universities? Like because you have the UTC, you have the Universidad.
Yeah, but the challenge is because it's a nutrition related challenge. All UNAP have a speedy connection, right? To more direct connection with them. We have a collaboration agreement with UNAP. We're talking to them, with them, to get this thing kind of clear and done. We can go to Universidad de Desarrollo, but they don't have nutrition. We could go to Universidad Biobío, they don't have nutrition career or students. We could go to another universities that have these nutrition programs, but it's, oh, let's work on the collaboration agreement first. They take months. Let's sign it up. Then we can start working on this challenge, etc. It's adding like
Yeah,
9 months.
I wonder if we need all the collaboration agreement up front. I mean, like at the end of the day, we just need people giving a class see what I mean? It's more about embracing the model than getting into the weeds of the paperwork. We can talk about this later. Okay, let's talk about, I mean, this outside of the meeting, but
Chile, this is the most legalist country in the world. So it's hard. Yeah, I understand you, but unfortunately, this is how things go here. We can have a workshop on that.
okay. Yeah.
This is the favorite of everyone. Yeah, well, thanks to Andres, Leticia, and Patrick from Responsive Environments at Media Lab. We're close to receive 2 smart colors developed by Patrick to fit on the goats, working with Buena Cabra. We have met the Buena Cabra team. We connected them with Andorra, with Jordi and Kema. And these colors are accommodated with GPAs and other environmental sensors that will be collected daily for a period of time. I'm thinking a month, maybe, and then analyzed by Sholek and our team, including Andres, Leticia, and Diego, and Jordi, and Kema, and everyone. In August, when I got invited us to their seminar, they have a local seminar with local authorities to discuss this challenge with them. Again, trying to open the challenge to the city and to talk about the opportunity it brings to City Lab Biobío and the network, especially how local organizations and communities can benefit from having you here in Biobío, not only in October, but throughout the years and years to come. Next steps, clear enough. Patrick send the colors. Andres and Leticia make sure Patrick send the colors, and we're planning a trip to Buena Cabra to meet the crew on the ground, and of course give those goats some well-deserved pets and scratches and belly rubs, and if we can do all of that with the goats. They have like 250 goats on the ground, so it's a massive team. The workshop will be set in Santa Juana, one of the hardest cities hit by wildfires in 2017 and 2022. And we want to dive into how these sensors and tech can help decision makers stay ahead of the flames, the wildfires, and protect both cities and small rural areas. That is the workshop. So Talcahuano will be informal settlements. San Pedro de la Paz, Concepción, mobility choices model. And Santa Juana will be wine tourism and goats. That's it for the challenges. Any input, any feedback you have, it's super welcome. I would love to hear you guys. What do you think? What you think we should do? Where should we focus? We open the floor. Yeah, let's hear from the network.
Thank you, Herman. One question, so everyone knows more or less like logistics. So we will send soon the registration form to everyone. So they have to choose which workshop they want to attend, right? Because all the workshops are happening in parallel.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you cannot attend to all of them. So you have to choose one. So like, how is going to be the registration to the workshops?
Oh, I'm not into the registration of the workshops. I just know, for example, I'll take a name. Marcus. Marcus says, I want to participate in the Goats Challenge. He will be on the Goats Challenge in Santa Juana, and he will be with, of course, the lab who worked the workshop, Taipei. And we are trying to open as I said, the workshop to the city, to local communities, to invite local authorities in the municipal level, regional level, to work on the workshop. he won't be able to say, okay, I'll spend my morning in the goats workshop, and then in the afternoon I'll move to the mobility choices model workshop. I think he won't be able to do that. So we're going to have a split network across the greater Concepcion area. So choose carefully what workshop you want to be in. But for the folks who are working with us in the challenge, you'll be automatically selected to lead the workshop you are working. So Sophie, she will be in the formal supplements. Roy will be in the wine tourism challenge, right? But Surine could go, I don't know. I want to go to the macro credentials if it happens, right? So Federico, if you are coming, I want to go, I don't know, to votes. I want to go to informal supplements. That will be the move. Diana is here. Diana, hi. She will be sending the letters, the registration form. She's been working with Maggie and Maitane. So stay tuned to your email inboxes. I know it's summer over there. I know you want to disconnect from the world, but stay tuned for that send.
So I love all these projects. Great to see this come together. But I wonder if you could tell us more about the GOAT project. That's really interesting. Like what do you like? What's the goals for this project? What's the, you know, in academic terms, what's the research question? What kind of impact do you think it could have on this community? You know, you give us a little more on this project because I'm intrigued.
I'll leave Diego to answer that.
The here Buenacabra is a NGO that they are work with some municipalities or local governments. So they move all of these goats to one place, and then those goats eat all of that. That is the most summary version. They make this fence, and then all of the goats start eating the grass, eating the different sticks, all of the source of fuel for wildfires. So they are start taking one area and split it and moving the goats in the different area to clean it. So they can prevent these wildfires, avoiding eating all of these fuels. So the idea is to take this to the next step, putting these collars on the goats to track how they are moving during the day, or tracking the behavior of the goats. And also it will be great to them to show what places the goats are visiting during the day, because right now they close this space and then they just said, oh, okay, the goats are ready, so you have to trust me that the goats clean all of the area. So with this information of the GPS, they can show, for example, what the places the goats eat during the day. And after that, they want to add some buzzer or an electric pulse to make the digital fences to avoid these to avoid the goats to escape from the place that they are grazing right now. I think the grazing is the word. Yeah, that is the main idea.
So basically, it's to create more effective goat-enabled firefighting or fire prevention. Is that
Yeah.
basically it? Okay.
Yeah, they are sewer firefighters. They can go in the hills, or they can go in places that the people can go into that.
And right now, the problem is they don't really understand goat behavior well enough to optimize that process. Okay, I got it.
That's exactly what's happening.
And also they have to move this physical fence to one place to another when they are doing during these campaigns. So they put the physical fence, they start the campaign, and then they have to take off the fence, move to another place, and it's so messy.
So they'll be looking at just digital fences in a enclosed area rather than physical fences.
Yeah.
Okay.
May I just add one minor thing here of what Diego just said, is that this is what the main purpose of the initiative is. It's amazing, trying to use the goats as a way to avoid fires. But I think that there is another side that it's more, let's say, market side, and the fact that at the end you're controlling kind of an asset that it costs money. So I think that it could be also a way to better manage this assets, not only for the fire, but also as an economic or capital asset, and you can understand behavior, what's going on, and also kind of do a proactive understanding of if there is a goal that it's not moving in the right way, or it's not, maybe there's something happening. You have a kind of a faster way to see that there's something wrong. And I think that this also helps to the sustainability of the project, because when you treat the goats as an economic asset, there will be probably more involvement into the making this happen, and making, because at the end the goats are also producing milk, and probably they're used for other stuff. So there is also this two side. In Andorra we had the first side, the second side, more being the cows and the horses, and a capital asset. And this made the idea more, let's say, interesting for the owners of the herds, because at the end you have to put a good amount of money and investment here to make this happen. And I think it could help also to have this dual side, or dual view of the project.
Yeah, and I also imagine that the goats are healthier and happier. They're free range. And although you have additional logistical expenses to manage this, it's a win-win, because you're getting free
Yeah.
food for healthier goats and
Well,
improving their economic value, as well as having some social impact with respect to fire.
But Kent, you said something very interesting here. It's maybe you can have also a seal that when you ensure that the goats are just eating something that it's organic, and they are not giving other type of foods, you can have this traceability of the goat,
Yes.
So could be also interesting to that.
Yeah, you could have a certification of firefighter goats that are healthier and higher value. Yes.
Yeah, can imagine the marketing side saying like, this goats, prevent fire and keeps you fed up, or keeps you healthy.
Right.
So,
That's a great idea. Yeah, it's a certification. This cheese comes from a goat that fight fire.
Exactly.
That is a badass goat.
But at the end of the day, is something that Andorra has. I mean, like, sensorizing cattle is something that Andorra has been doing. So I think it opens the door to many other projects. No, I mean, like, it's well known that when you remove the animals from the forest, you will have more wildfires, because humans, we have shaped forests and nature. So I think just having that database, and it will be like super cool to do other kind of projects. So I think it will spark the imagination of other people. Yeah. So no, that's cool. And also, like, accessing to the firefighters information, and maybe correlating that with telecom data, because I know that in Chile you have this kind of behavior that is, people doesn't want to leave the city when there is a fire, and then you have casualties and issues. So it could be very interesting, like the two database from the goats, etc., but also the firefighters, and try to figure out a robust project. So I think that's cool.
I imagine there's also opportunity to use satellite data and historic data to try to predict the most vulnerable areas where the goats can be deployed.
Yeah, right now we work with the NGO. With some of the people in the lab, make a map of what the areas are more vulnerable for wildfire. So right now we are working directly with Buenagabra in that part.
Great.
Okay, so before we finish or we jump into anything else, just a quick tips if you're traveling. We'll send an invitation very soon, as I said. Plan ahead. It's a long flight, so mind the jet lag. Except for you guys in Cambridge, you're okay. Want to know more about the city? Stay tuned to our social media. We'll be posting really cool little things and recommendations soon enough, so you can get acquainted with the Concepción vibe. You will hear what music we listen, what literature we are into. If you want to use one of your days here in Concepción, what to do, what to eat, where to get some local beer, those type of things. Stay tuned to our social media. And Chile is simply beautiful. We have everything. And if you want to explore our country, but you don't know what to do, or you are wanting an experience from a country, you want to trek, you want to connect with nature, we have to do some transcendental trips of other kinds. We have it. You can go to San Pedro de Atacama, and if you are into astronomy, you can visit the large observatories we have in the north of Chile. If you want to walk for 5 days straight, you can go to Torres del Paine. If you want to connect with nature, you can go to Willow Willow. You want to skiing or do some Andinism, you can go to some of the nearest volcanoes here from Concepcion. If you want to surf, we have some great spots. We'll love to help you on that regard. I know most of Chile, Diego as well, Diana too. So if you want to ask, oh, I want to surf, where should we go? I don't know, go to Compquecura, Pichilemu, or Valparaiso. I want to, I don't know, explore Mars. Go to San Pedro de Atacama. The Pathfinder rover from NASA was tested there. I want to see the lakes. I want to live in nature. Go to Willow Willow. Go to Alivia. I want to walk. I love to walk. Go to Torres del Paine. Go to Cerro Castillo in Aysén. You know, those kind of things. I want to feel the city, Latin American city. Stay in Santiago. Stay in Santiago. So yeah, our country is beautiful. I want you to take advantage of it. It's a long flight. It's a really, really long flight. Roy, it's a long flight, I know, but I want you to enjoy our country. That's it. If you have any more questions or feedback, Sophie, I wanted to ask you, since I got you there, we're planning to meet with Sophie and the Amber team to refine the research question. I have trouble refining and formulating research questions. So how do you think we can do this with the network? How can we get the network involved? What are the first steps to take into this challenge? What do you think about this?
And you're asking me about the research question on informal settlements, right?
Yeah.
I think for me, the main topic, and I think this was raised also by Luis, is how we're going to involve the community, because we can have a brilliant research question. And I think tomorrow in our meeting, we can discuss those, and we have some ideas. But I think the important thing is, what is the question that needs to be answered by the community, or what data is needed for the community? So what is the main challenge the communities are facing that we can solve with our approaches on using digital tools, on using, for example, our experience in mapping and so on. But happy to discuss this with you tomorrow in detail. And I'm looking forward to starting this collaboration with Techo, because they are the ones who really know also the communities and work with the communities. So for me, it's for the moment a little bit isolated what we are doing to what actually the community is in need for. So I think this is very important.
Yeah, it's really important. It is the concern from Techo as well, to get the community involved in this. You're not coming to La Unión 2 to drop technology, just to drop it. As we were talking in our recent talks and meetings, engaging the community, as Liz said, is crucial to this. We'll get there. We'll be visiting. We'll send you photos, and I will certainly be in La Unión 2 when you come to Chile, and to talk with them, talk about their needs, talk about how they imagine the city.
To be honest, I think maybe we should flip. I mean, maybe it's more like a workshop with the community where you show the technology so they can experiment the technology. See what I mean? It's not about you are going to be the guinea pig again, and we are going to analyze you. It's more about, okay, we engage with the community and we show them technologies that probably they are not easy to access for them, and say, oh, this is a LiDAR, this is a drone. Do you want to see what we can do with that? And yeah, Diego?
We're organizing a tech fair, yeah, to show technology to the people. We want to go with a university there, so they have some stuff to show. So we are working on that to go to move some technology and show to the people.
So we still need a research question. I totally agree with everyone. I mean, like, it can be just, oh, we are gonna scan your neighborhood with technology.
Yeah, that is not the idea to go and take data and see you. That's not the idea.
Luis, maybe I can add some context here. I'm, first of all, totally in agreement that we have to collaborate with the local community well in advance. And Herman and Diego, we've been talking about that for the past few weeks. We want to reach out to them and create some kind of a connection that will allow us at some point to actually collect this data and go into houses and do the remote sensing that we've been discussing. One path to do that is what we've done in Andorra for several years, which was working directly with the schools and engaging school students with the technology, showing them what we're working on, and then getting the buy-in and the acceptance to collect the data. So I think, Diego, to your point, that might be one way of doing that. Luis, to your question about the research question, the general idea at this point, and this might change, was to look into thermal comfort within the informal settlements and create basically two different data sets. One is a remote sensing data set, which uses drones or satellite imagery to get high resolution data and material reading of the roof, basically understanding what is the composite of those informal settlements roofs. And then alongside that, getting indoor readings using some kind of thermal imagery sensors to understand what is the correlation between the roof materials and the thermal comfort within the houses. So you go into a house, you go into a room, you get some scanning, you get this reading, and then correlate it to the data you have from the remote sensing. The idea is that eventually you can start even training models in places where you cannot access the informal settlement itself, and just by getting remote sensing, understand what might be the thermal comfort in these locations, and I think serve other communities that otherwise wouldn't be able to get this degree of analysis. So that was kind of one first research question we've been discussing over the past few weeks.
But it's not that is not in contradiction of what Sophie said, right? To getting the community involved on a research question that goes to ask the community, what do you need from the data, right? Or what data do you need to improve your living conditions here? It's kind of a complementary, or in a separate way, both of those two things, right?
Well, I kind of feel like there needs to be some initial engagement just to understand what issues are coming out of the, what is relevant for for residents of the community that's in question. I mean, and then, but I think what Ariel's talking about is pretty interesting because that can be applied in so many different domains or spaces. And I think training these models to really be, to really understand internal comfort levels, that's a pretty fundamental KPI of like housing or,
Yeah.
So I think that's great.
Yeah,
Maggie.
sorry, Herman, you want to finish? Go ahead.
No, go, please.
I have a thought that's sort of more broad about all of this, but I just want to acknowledge that you have these 5 challenges running in parallel, and they all are in various stages of development and really exciting, and they've already required a tremendous amount of work. So to Herman and Diego and everyone else on your team, it's pretty incredible where you are at this moment, but it's also kind of a really cool moment moving forward. So I know that August and September are really critical in your development, what you're doing there in Chile with the various communities that you're working with, but also with kind of us all online internationally. So I just want to make another plug. If you're on this call and you're not already engaged in one of the workshops, I would encourage you to kind of make that connection now and reach out to us. We'll help you do so. I think if you're traveling to the summit in Chile, there are really interesting things you can do. I think if you're going to be virtual for the summit and you're staying in your home country, there's still really cool ways that you can engage and interact with the teams. So I'm excited for the City Science Network, and I feel like we have like a busy August and a busy September coming. I know you also mentioned, Herman, that you're doing a ton of comms about the event. So just stay in touch with this team. They're thinking about really interesting ways to use the exhibit space at the Teatro Biobío. They are doing workshops in person in the community. So we're going to keep giving you, the City Science Network, more and more information. And we know that we communicate a ton. And I think for this event, it's almost a little bit more complexity, a little bit more that we want you to know in advance, but all really for the benefit of the research and for getting you all together in person. So yeah, just a last thought, if you're not engaged in a workshop, I think you should be. And I think you should be regardless of whether you're traveling or not. And we can make that connection for you. Also in the email that Diana will be sending, you'll see the registration will have a workshop preference for you. So this is a moment for us where we're going to start tracking those areas of interest. So just a quick thought, but congratulations to Herman and Diego and like all the folks you've shouted out in your slides too that have already been contributing. It's an incredible amount of work.
Yeah, thank you. Write us an email. It's a lot of work. So yeah, if you're not involved in a workshop, if you want to get involved in a workshop, this is the time. This is really the time. August and September will be fully challenge oriented and workshop oriented. So yeah, here are emails. Diego, as you know, is the data scientist. I'm a PR guy, social media photographer, drone pilot, messenger, messaging, all of that things. And Diana, she's the one to go for. If you need to connect with someone, if you want to bring someone on the table, if you want to get a collaboration agreement post summit with this university, with this organization, she's the go-to girl to do that. She's been amazing. She's flooded with meetings and calls, but she will find the time to get you and to respond you.
Herman, do you want to mention to people the idea of an exhibit that features the City Science Network, or do we want to communicate that with them?
Just really quickly. We have a space in the Teatro Biobío. I'll be looking for the pictures of it. I want to do an exhibit of your work with multiple screens. We're trying to set it up in a way that really showcase your work. And don't worry, it's no more extra work for you. It's really plug and play oriented. Marcus is really plug and play oriented. Don't worry, you don't have to do extra work. But yeah, if you have a cool visualization, a cool video, or if you are working in something that you think I have to show this in the summit for my colleagues to see and explain it, this is the moment. Let me look for it. But yeah, it'll be, you can have use from the visuals and the AV videos. If you want to paste something in the floor, we can do stickers, or if you want to print something, we can print it out. We can do anything. Really, this space is for you to imagine and to showcase and to showcase. Yeah.
Are you imagining just like booths or screens, or like what is is there a vision for, like, I mean, it's very interesting. I'd love it, but is there like I'm just trying to figure out, like, would we give you a video file that would be on a loop that would be played on a monitor, or like what's the
It's says really screen oriented space. So the video is great.
Gotcha.
Could be on a small screen, or it could be in a big screen, depending on the space.
Okay.
If you want to do anything else, it's welcome. If you have a robot you want to bring the robot. If you have
Gotcha.
anything else, bring it. If you have a
So
cool drawing, bring it.
there's one idea that we might be able to make happen that I think would be fantastic, and that is some of you have seen Yarmo's large murals that are drawn by a robot arm, driven by AI, based on the Yarmo visual language for drawing. And he's been doing these events where people from a community kind of co-create the drawings by proposing prompts to the system. And so I talked with Yarmo about this, and I could have to draw a mural would take about 4 hours, and it could be it could be happening as part of a party. I could imagine a band playing, and food and booze, and then as this co-created mural gradually appears over this 4-hour period. And so I'm not sure we can pull that off, but it's something that I'd love to think about. So maybe, have you all met Yarmo? Do you know him from Biobío?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, so we'll make that connection and see if it's possible. Yarmo's now using these lightweight robot arms. He thinks he could pack up 2 of them and bring them to Biobío.
Okay, yeah, that would be great. That would be awesome. Yeah, bring everything you have. I heard there is a super cool autonomous bike in Cambridge. Bring it. Bring the bike.
Okay, great.
Okay, that's it. Don't forget to write us if you want to get involved. We're happy to connect with you. We're meeting the informal challenge team tomorrow. Luis, Marcus, Ariel, Kent, if you want to get involved, write us an email. We'll send you the invitation. Thank you, Sophie, for all your help. Ariel, thank you so much. Surinya, thank you for the MCN, right? Thank you all, really. Maggie, Maitane, of course. I love you guys.
Yeah. Before you go, before we go, thanks to everyone for your help, and we are putting a lot of love and effort in this to get a great experience for the whole network. So we hope to everyone likes this and enjoy your stay in Concepción.
Well, I just want to say that it's amazing the kind of creativity and energy you guys are putting into this summit. And the only problem is that you're raising the bar, so whoever ultimately volunteers to do it next year, they'll be challenged to match your commitment.
But it could go both 2 ways. We're raising the bar right now. But when the summit finishes, the bar could be, this is a really low bar. Come on.
No. Well, it's never quite as hard as you aspire to. I've never seen that happen, but I'm sure it'll be high.
Yeah.
So
But
I don't know
if you're thinking to host the summit next year, think twice.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
No,
Exactly.
we won't be like Jordi. I will help you.
I don't know if it makes sense to just a quick note. Maggie has shared this text at the end saying about the demos exhibit space that people will have some room for showing the projects. And I don't know. I mean, we have 1 minute, but I don't know if you wanna explain that a little bit or.
Yeah, I'll say something quickly in Maitane. I know you want to close us out. So we're planning to show your videos in the summit exhibit space. So we're planning for you to be preparing beautiful, impactful research videos, which is similar to what you do every year for the City Science Network gatherings. But we're brainstorming, like Kent was already saying, Herman was saying. So if you have an idea that's aside of that, that's something different or something unique, I think there's actually a really good possibility that we can do some creative things. I mean, Herman talked about stickers and printed paper and posters to robots to AI robots that are drawing, right? So there's a really big space of playing with the exhibit. If you have an idea and you don't know if it's possible or not, let's talk about it and see if it can be. And if you're kind of, you're busy, you're doing a bunch of things, definitely just think about that research video output, because that's something we definitely want from all of you. Maitane, I know you have a couple other things you're thinking about.
Yeah, so one thing that we want to mention for all of you, so on the third day, so the day after the main stage, we'll have some time in the morning to spend together. We are planning to have like a couple of sessions to talk about the current and the future work of the network. So it's more about the research that is going on on the network. We are still planning what that this looks like, but we will keep you posted soon with more information. But yeah, I wanted to let you know that it's like a 3-day event. So on the third day, we are also gonna have some time to talk together. And then we are not meeting next month on August because everyone probably is gonna like summer here, so most of us we are gonna be traveling. So we are gonna meet again in September. I will send you an email at the beginning of September with the date, and we will put it on the calendar. But yeah, like see you all soon. Have a nice summer break. And yeah, and we will keep talking on email about the summit and stuff. Okay?
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you for
Thank you.
coming.
Thanks. Bye.
See you.
Chao, hasta luego, gracias.